Donkey Kong Bonanza may not come out the same day or even the same month as the Switch 2, but I still like to consider it a semi-launch title. It's in the launch window of the Switch 2, you know? It's a game that I have been waiting for over half my life, almost half my life at this point, and I could not be more excited for what it has to offer. From the limited gameplay, the trailers, the treehouse things, everything that we've seen so far, it looks like it is going to be so unbelievably fun and fresh and everything that the Donkey Kong community needs right now. And you know that I'm going to be playing through it, probably with you guys on live streams when it comes out. So again, as I say in every video, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, comment, turn the notifications on. Join the Discord, because there has never been a better time to join our little niche community than right now. The Switch 2 is less than a month away. It's just around the corner. And today we are talking about Donkey Kong Bonanza, more specifically, my wish list for Donkey Kong Bonanza. What are the things that I want the absolute most? What are features that I am requesting? What are story beats that I want to happen? What are maybe some potential callbacks? This video is going to dive into everything and more that I want from Donkey Kong Bonanza, and things that I think the game needs to avoid if it wants to stick the landing, at least for me. So let's delay no further and let's get into this video. My wish list for Donkey Kong Bonanza. The first thing is that I don't want this game to be too easy. I think, in my opinion, this is obviously the same team that worked on Mario Odyssey. I think Mario Odyssey struck a very nice balance between too hard, too easy. It was perfect. It wasn't too easy. It wasn't too hand-holdy. It was the perfect Mario 3D adventure, and I think that if they keep that same tone, and even if they do make it a little bit easier, maybe at least make the difficulty adjustable, right? Let us choose difficult, super difficult, hard, medium, easy, super easy. You get the gist, right? Let us choose. But if they have the same vibe and they have the same difficulty and the strenuousness, is that even a word, that Mario Odyssey had, we're not going to have any issues, because Mario Odyssey, again, to me, blended the difficulties perfectly. Again, it wasn't too hard, it wasn't too easy. It was just a very nice adventure. There was plenty of challenge, but there was also plenty of parts where it was just very easy and kind of nice to play. So I think if it can strike that balance, we're not going to have any problems here. And before I get into some more of these reasons, I do want to clarify that if these things don't happen in this game, this is not a deal breaker. I'm not going into this game with those preset expectations that so many fans do, that if it doesn't do this, doesn't do this, doesn't do this, then I'm going to be disappointed. No, because you are going to set yourself up for disappointment if you go in with a mindset like that. So it doesn't have to necessarily do all these things, but it would be nice. You know, I'm not going to go in expecting it, but I can go in hoping for it. And the next thing on my wish list is more Kongs. Obviously, we've already seen Donkey Kong in his fantastic new design, and we've seen Cranky Kong. Cranky Kong is here for sure, but I want to see Diddy. I want to see Dixie. I want to see potentially even Funky, Chunky, some of the even more obscure Kongs, right? From Donkey Kong 64, maybe Manky Kong. All of those, Wrinkly, possibly even. I just want to see more Kongs, right? It's very obvious that Void Co., the main antagonist group of this game, they might be lost Kongs, you know, or maybe some Kongs that were exiled or that were forced to become outcast from the main Kong clan. But I just want to see more, right? And I kind of want to go in depth with them a little bit. Not a horrible amount of depth, like not a lot. We know this is still a Donkey Kong game. It's going to be about as deep as Donkey Kong games have always been, I'm assuming. But I just want to see more. Give us Diddy Kong, give us Dixie Kong, even if they're not playable. I am 100% betting they're not going to be playable, but at least show them, right? Just show that they're still in this world, whatever this world is, right? Like wherever we are right now, because this is not Donkey Kong's normal habitat. This is not where these games usually take place. And so yeah, just show us some more Kongs. Now, this is one of the biggest ones. Obviously, if you've watched a lot or even any lore or theory videos regarding Donkey Kong Bonanza, you've seen that there have been some potential references to Krule or the Kremlings or anything of that sort. You've seen that is potentially, big word there, this is potentially what Cranky Kong was talking about in his dialogue box with Donkey Kong, but we don't know that, right? We don't know that he's talking about Krule. As far as we know, Krule is not mentioned by name and is not in this game at all. However, this is a wish list video, and it wouldn't be a wish list if it didn't have everything big that I wanted to happen in this game. And so I want Krule to show up. And at the very least, I want him to be mentioned. I want him to be mentioned by name. I want his name dropped. I want to hear him, maybe. I want to see him. Something that just shows that, yes, Krule is still out there. He didn't die in Donkey Kong Country 3. Just show us Krule. He doesn't even have to be the big bad. Maybe he'll come back and he'll be set up as like a DLC villain for Bonanza, or even a Bonanza 2, you know, like a sequel to Bonanza, something. Just give us something Krule related, give us something Kremling related, and I will be happy. Even a reference at this point will do. Like I've said, I don't need anything big, I don't need anything bombastic or over the top. I just want him referenced, I just want him name dropped, and maybe, if we're lucky, I want to see him. I want to see Krule. It has been a long time coming. We haven't seen him in 2 country games. We haven't seen him since forever ago. It's been so long since he's been in a Donkey Kong game, and I think it's about time that he makes his return. And so that is another one of the things on my wish list. I want to see Krule, but at the very least, I want him to be name dropped or explicitly referenced. The next thing is the overall length and the replayability, the replay value of the game. I'm going to go back and talk about Mario Odyssey, which I haven't made a video on this channel, which is a crime because it's my favorite Mario game ever. But that being said, I think if it has the length of Mario Odyssey, I will be completely happy. Mario Odyssey has a very good vibe, a very good length, and a ton of replay value with the stars and the moons, everything to go back and get. It has a crap ton of replay value and replayability in that game. Mario Odyssey, honestly, I can go back. I've beat the game so many times that I can't even count, but still going back and playing through now and looking for extra things that I might not have seen is still just as fun as it was my very first playthrough. And so that is another thing that I want with Donkey Kong Bonanza. I want it to be a decent length. And I'm not worried about that really, because they've shown that this is going to be a $69.99 game. This is a $70 game. Again, I don't condone that. I don't justify it. I don't support it. So don't put in the comments that I'm supporting it. Just relax. But if they are charging for that, maybe they're doing something with this game that they think makes it worth that. And so maybe the length is, maybe this is a 50-hour Donkey Kong epic. I don't think it's going to be, but you never know. It's shown that it is kind of a collectathon a little bit, much like Donkey Kong 64 was, and you could even argue that Mario Odyssey was a little bit as well. You're collecting things as you go along in this 3D adventure, and so even if it has a little bit of that, I will be content. The bananas, we've seen the bananas, the bananium, is that what it's called? So there's obviously going to be currency, there's going to be things that you collect, and so just keep the replay value up, keep the end game content high, you know, make sure that the doors open after the game ends, and we'll be sitting good. I just need it to be a decent length, and everything will be fine. This next area is an area that I know it will succeed in, not because Donkey Kong has had super compelling stories thus far in his games, but because the stories have always been good enough, right? Much like most Mario games. Mario games aren't nominated for Game Awards because of their riveting story, right? The movie wasn't given $1.3 billion because it had a good story. It's because it was fun, and it's because the story was serviceable enough to warrant this adventure, to warrant these characters, to warrant these actions, the plot, everything that happened through the movie, that happens through all of the games. It was great, and it was because of the story, but the story wasn't the main draw, right? The story's never been the main draw. And so I just need the story here to be good enough. I need it to be engaging enough, encapsulating enough to warrant this adventure that we are going to go on with Donkey Kong. This adventure that is potentially 11 years in the making, right? Since Tropical Freeze came out, it's been 11 years since we've got a officially new mainline Donkey Kong game, whether that be 3D or 2D in the country series. It's been 11 years, and so hopefully they've been cooking something up. I think every Donkey Kong Country game has had a good enough story to warrant the adventure that those games take you on, so as long as it just continues that, then we'll be sitting okay. We'll be in good shape, because as we've seen in the trailers, it looks like this is actually, it's at least focused on a story, and so that's what I want. We've seen Void Co, we've seen Ingot Isles, a lot of world building happening here, and so I'm very excited. It's the first 3D Donkey Kong game since '99. So hopefully they do a lot of great storytelling and a lot of great world building in this brand new game. Another thing I want from this game is customization. Mario Odyssey had a great balance when it came to the costumes, came to the callbacks, it came to like the hats you could get for Cappy and the outfits you could get for Mario. I want that for Donkey Kong as well. Maybe let us use his movie design. Let us go back to his original Rare design if we want. Let us use the new one, have the overalls on, have like the pants on that we've seen, you know, maybe customize his tie. I think that would go a long way in just, again, adding some replay value, but also making each person's playthrough feel that much more distinct. The last thing I wanted to discuss in this video is keep the environments deep, keep the environments fresh and engaging, and just keep it fun. I don't want these environments, these landscapes, these areas of the game to be one-dimensional, right? And I don't mean that literally. I just don't want them to be boring. I don't want them to be big and empty, which that first trailer did kind of worry me a little bit, but I'm guessing that's probably like the first area that you're gonna be in after you get out of Ingot Isles, is that big overworld with like the bluish green grass. So I'm not too worried about it, because that's how Odyssey was as well, on the like with the ghost area. You know, it was very much a like training ground, and so I'm not worried about that, but I just need there to be plenty of secrets, and this kind of harkens back to the replayability thing a little bit, but just keep the environments fresh, keep them fun, keep them vibrant, keep the secrets coming, keep it fun to explore, keep secrets around every corner that make you want to keep exploring. That is, I don't love Donkey Kong 64. I've never beat it because it was so overwhelming, and I just don't think it is a great game, which is a hot take, but this has the opportunity, and I'm not alone in that, right? A lot of people don't like Donkey Kong 64, but this game has the potential to go against that, right? To win back all the people that didn't like Donkey Kong 64, where it was too much of a collectathon, the controls were too janky, it just didn't quite work the way that it could have. But now we are in the era of the Switch 2 in docked 4K 120 FPS, beautiful looking games that are more powerful. It's been confirmed that the system is more powerful than the Series S, obviously less than the Series X and less than the PS5, but it's more powerful than the Series S and much more powerful than a PS4. 12 gigs of RAM. We have the ability to go on these big, great, grand adventures now, and I think they're going to utilize that. I think they're going to make these environments beautiful, and they're going to make it fun to play, and they're going to make these characters endearing. They've done so much already. They've laid the groundwork perfectly. They just need to follow through. And from the people that have played Donkey Kong Bonanza at the Nintendo events in LA, in Dallas, in Houston, in New York, they have said that this game is tremendously fun, but that just needs to carry throughout the entire game. And if this is the Mario Odyssey team, there could not be a better team of developers, a better team of people to work on a game as important as this. I could not be more excited, as you can tell, right? Just Nintendo, I'm a Donkey Kong dude. That's what I do, is talk about Donkey Kong, right? I love Donkey Kong, I love Donkey Kong Country, I love Jungle Beat, I love Jungle Climber, I just love the character of Donkey Kong. He's in my top 5 fictional characters of all time, and we are about to get our first mainline 3D Donkey Kong in over 25 years. So that is gonna do it for today's video, guys. I could not be more excited. As I say every single video, I'm just an excited guy, right? I could not be more intrigued and enthralled by just the gauntlet of Nintendo content that is going to be coming your guys' way. We've got the Switch 2 unboxing when the thing launches. I'm thinking about doing a live stream from Best Buy when I pick up my console at 11 p.m. Central on June 4th. Guys, lock in, because it's an exciting time. Subscribe, join the notification squad, join the Discord. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, and take care.